Welcome to the course for Azure SQLDB. In this course, we are going to learn about PaaS, Platform as a Services. And in the today video session, we are going to learn about connectivity architecture of Azure SQLDB. So in this video session, what thing we are going to learn? First, we will discuss this. So I have already created Azure SQL database. That one we have discussed into the previous video session how to create this. So I'm not going with this. So if I will go inside the server name, I'm there. I have created the Azure SQLDB. Then I went inside this server and you can see there is something called networking. If I will go to the networking session, you will be able to see there is something called public access. We are going to discuss public access. In the public access, we are going to discuss about a virtual network. We are going to discuss about firewall rules. We are going to discuss about add your client IP address. We are going to discuss about add your firewall rules. And then we are going to discuss about allow Azure services and resource to access this server. Then we will move to the private access, and then we are going to discuss about the connectivity, right? Basically today we are going to focus on this part, proxy and redirect, and what is default connectivity into the in Azure SQL DB. And after that we are going to discuss about public access, this everything, and the private access, and we will go through the practical and we will see how it is going to be work. Okay, so in this what I have done, I will just go and I will try to create first just basic no that Azure SQL DB. So first I will delete this all whatever it is here. I will go to this database and I will go to the server also and try to delete this. Just I will try to delete, and once it is going to be deleted, I will go and I will create my new Azure SQL DB and with the server. I have already discussed this, but again we will do this. So we'll wait for few minutes for this to be deleted. So now you can see it is deleted now. So I will go to my Azure SQL DB. There is no resource is available here. If you want, we will go to the all resources and we will verify. Here I have created my virtual machine. For that, it is created that virtual machine and then public IP, this all. So I will not discuss these things now because I have already discussed in this video session, right? In this course. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, I will go and I'm just creating my Azure SQL DB. I will hit on the create. Um, I will go and selecting the resource group and selecting one database, that is the test DB, right? I don't have any server now, so I will hit on the create new and giving like test server, and today date, whatever date is there, I will give the same date here. It is today date is 03/10/2025, right? And I'm selecting the location. I'm selecting the West US, right? And after that, I want to connect this server as a SQL authentication also. So I have selected this SQL authentication. I'm not going with intra only or using the both SQL and Microsoft Entra authentication, because these things I have already discussed in my previous video session. What is SQL authentication? Which are the way is there to connect the Azure SQL Azure SQL DB, right? So this all are the login details, which are the logging method is available. That one we have already discussed. So if you want to know those things, I'm given the name as demo user, and I will just go here and I will retype the same. my password, right? And now I'm hit on the OK. Okay, so it is done. So now what I will do, I will just do some changes into this because it is the hyper skill and it is too costly. If you will see, it will charge more, so I don't want to pay that much money. So I'm going with the DTU model, DTU base purchase model, and here I am selecting basics. What is this type of model? Already I have discussed in the previous video session. It's better you go and watch this. And coming to next, networking. So this is very important, guys. So once you are going with the networking, there is no concept of VNet, right? Virtual area network. But here they have given few connectivity method, that is the no access, public endpoint, or private endpoint. Means how you want to connect with your Azure SQL. You want to go with the public endpoint, so you will able to see there is something it will ask that detail. But as of now, I am putting as no, and once we will setup will be done, then we will enable this. So so that should be good. And here I am connectivity policy. If you will see the connectivity policy, there is three policy. One is default, proxy, and redirect. That one we are going to discuss today, right? And here also I am taking as a default. Okay, so I am going with the security. So nothing to discuss here. Tags will also leave it, and I will go and direct hit on the create button. So now it will take few seconds. So you can see the 407.46 INR estimated cost per month for this Azure SQLDB, right? And because I have selected the basics DTU based purchasing model. So just wait for some time. Once this server will be ready, then we will go and we will discuss about the architecture. So that is the connectivity architecture. So just wait for few minutes. It will be ready. So now you can see my SQLDB is Azure SQLDB is available now. I'm going to the resource. I will try to connect with this um, server. So if I will copy this, right? And after copying this, I'm open the SSMS and I will try to connect with this. So I'm just pasting it, demo underscore user. So just I will check whether this is the only user is there. Demo user, right? So I will take this name and it is the same name only. I will just paste it. I will try to connect with this. So it is not connecting. It is saying, like you can see here, this while establishing the connection to the SQL server. Okay, connection was denied because public network access is set to yes. So okay, so because was denied because deny public network access is set to yes. So it's saying like public network access is set to denied, that's why you are not able to connect. So what I will try to do, I will go inside the network setting and just we'll see yes, we have disabled it, so that's why public access it is disabled. So that is the only it is showing in my error. So if I'll try to connect, so you can see again, so connection was denied because deny public network access is set to yes. So the meaning is this means this is public access is set to deny, so it is disabled, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm selecting the public access and going with select network. And after that, what we have to do, we have to go with, now we are discussing the firewall role. So in this, we have to add the firewall, right? So we have to add this IP address. If we are going to add the IP address, then only it is going to allow me to access. So what I will do, I will just hit on this. I will try to save it. So what is this IP address, right? What is this IP address? So there is two type of IP address. So we have already discussed this in my in this video session. So that's for IAAS, but here again I will discuss, but not in the full detail, right? So in brief we will discuss now. So what is this IP address? So there is two type of IP address. One IP address is known as your public, and one IP address is known as private IP address, right? So what is this public IP and what is the private IP? So if you're talking about public IP address, so public IP address is registered by the vendor. Like if you're taking that um, Airtel, so this people is going to provide you the public IP address. So and it is registered ID, and it will be the globally unique ID. So we have already discussed. So if you want to connect with the internet, right? So you need the public IP. You cannot connect with the private IP, right? So this IP is nothing but it is your public IP. It is not private, it is the public IP. Because why it is public IP, you can see here. Private IP, it is going to start with the 10 series or 172 series or 192 series. So if any IP is starting from other number, so you can treat that as a public IP. So I'm not going with the much more detail because we have already discussed these things, right? So this is the public IP, and this same public IP uh, we are going to add. So this, what is this public IP? How I will know this is my IP? You go to the Google and just type what is my IP and open that any link. So you will see it will going to display like 27.7 dot 212 and 163. Let's see what it is here. So it is same as 27.7.212.163, right? It is the same. So this IP address is nothing but it is your public IP address. So there is one more thing. If I will again, the doubt will come in your mind. So if you'll Google it, so it will tell like IP con. If I will run the IP config, so what is this IP address? What it is giving? This all are the private IP address. So private IP address, I told it is going to be start from 192, right? 192 series. So you can see here it is going to be start from 192. So this all our IP address is known as private IP address, and private IP address is going to be the same for other. Like just example, I have created my network. I have created one network for my home. Or if you will see, like in if you have study in your college, so in college there will be the lab, computer lab. So in computer lab you are going to assign some IP. In that, you there is no need of taking the what public IP. You can go with the private IP. So private IP range you will select in this, right? A other, there is one more college, engineering college, right? They're also having some lab setup. So there also they can use this range. So you can say that private IP is unique within their own network. Like if there is one college like engineering college A, so their private IP on this network, it will be the unique. Maybe that same IP address can be used. That same IP address means private IP. That same private IP can be used for the other engineering college also, because they will use for their local area network. So if you have two local area network, so you can use the same IP address. So but if you are talking about public IP is registered IP. So it will be globally unique. Nobody can use that IP address. So I hope it is clear now. So whatever IP address I'm going to add here, what is this IP address? This IP address is nothing but public IP address, right? So I have already saved it. So once I have saved it, and now I will go try to connect with my SQL server. Let's see now it is allowing me to connect or not. It is allowed me to connect, right? That is that skill here, right? What I am trying to do, I have created one virtual machine also. This is my virtual machine, right? And in this virtual machine, I will try to connect with this IP address. Not IP, means this SQLDB, Azure SQLDB server, whatever we have created here. I will try to connect here. Let's see whether I will able to connect or not. I will go here. I will use the SQL authentication. I'm using the demo underscore user. and I'm providing the password. Okay, so I will just remember the password, trust correction, and I hit on the connect. So let's see, it is giving any error. Yes, it's giving the error. It is saying like add my client IP. This one it is saying, and if it is saying the sign in also, if you will sign in, automatically it is going to be add, or otherwise you have to go to the portal and try to add. So if I will ask you what is this IP address, this IP address is starting with 98. So 98 means again it is not in this series. It is not private IP. It is the public IP, right? It is the public IP. Okay, so what is this IP? You can say this IP address is public IP and it is provided by their vendor. So what we are doing here, so understood this concept, because I am connecting the I am trying to connect. I have created my SQL server, right? Azure SQL, and I have to connect with that SQL server, right? That is for the through internet we are going to connect, right? For that we need again this oh sorry, we need this public IP address, right? And here what happened in this VM is given by what when we created the virtual machine. This virtual machine is using this internet, right? So this internet means they are using this VM, whatever it is created here, networking and virtual area network for this VM, right? This everything is who is going to manage this. Everything is managed by their Microsoft. So maybe their Microsoft, what they are using that public IP, this is this IP. So what I will going to do, what I want to show you, if I will open it, what is my IP address, and if I will open my tab, what IP address is showing? It is showing the same IP address. You can see 198.71.98.71.33.247, right? So it is hung. So just wait for some time. Okay, now it is came. Uh, okay, so it is a little bit slow. So just wait for some time. Okay, so now you can see it is the same 98.71.33, then 247. So 247.33.70, it is the same, right? So now you understood. I will close this, otherwise it's taking too much time for me. So I will try to close this window. So it's saying like you have to add your public IP, right? So if you are going to add the public IP in your Azure, then only you will able to connect with that SQL server, right? So the meaning of this means, so once I have added here successfully, I was able to connect with this server, right? I was able to connect with this server. But same thing, if I will try to do here, I was getting the error. Why I was getting the error? Because I have to add this public IP also. So what I will try to do now, I will try to add this public IP. So how to add this? I will go direct to the this other tab that is called add firewall rule. I will create my VM IP. So, right. So what is my IP? This my IP is just I have tried to close this. Why I'm not able to close? Okay, so just wait for a second. It is this hung state. So just wait for some time. Okay, it is okay. I have to connect again. So I will try to connect now my virtual machine. I will go here. I will go to this node. I will go to the connect. Okay, guys, if I'm connecting means if somebody will ask you, okay, so better I will show you. First, I will connect this. Download RDB file, keep it, open it, and hit on connect. Give the password. Click on yes. Okay, meantime it is connecting. We will discuss few more thing here. You can see it is given here. It is the public IP, right? public IP, it is going to assign this IP, right? And if you'll go to this, wait, I will virtual machine. I will go inside the virtual machine. Disconnected or not? Okay, so now you can see it is 98 dot this IP address, and there is one more IP address I have to show you. Where is that? Where is the networking? Networking. Okay, here. So now you can see the public IP is this, it is given, and private IP is given 10.0.0.4. Same thing. Okay, so if I will go here, I am there inside the virtual machine. I will try to close this first. Then, okay, now it is done. So if I will go here and I will try to run IP config, and I will, okay, sorry, it is not came. IP and enter. So now you can see it is giving the IP address 10.0.0.0.4. What is this IP address? This IP address is private IP address, right? And when we checked here my IP address, what this IP address? This IP address is nothing but it is your public IP address. So we are going to add this public IP address. So 198.71.33.33 and 247. So I will try to add this. It is the same IP address, right? So better I will copy from here. Instead of copy, what I will do, I will just copy this. Okay. So I will go to my Azure SQLDB and I will go inside this database, go to server, and then go to the network. And here I will try to add firewall. I will type my VM IP, right? So I will just put this. Oh, sorry. I have to remove this. Or okay. So and I'm giving the start and end IP means there is only one IP I'm going to use. So I have just saved this IP, right? So once this is going to be saved, it is updated. Now I am going to my SQL server inside the virtual machine and trying to connect. So now you can see successfully I was able to connect with my this IP. So now you understood. Now you understood what is this public access, right? What is this public access? And public access means you are going to add the public IP range you have to add. So range means for me, I have only one system. So I have given just one IP starting and end IP. But in your case, what is going to be happen? If you are working for the organization and there will be the in DBA, you have assigning you are just giving the access for the multiple of people, right? In that time you have to give the range. So in this range to in this range you are giving the access, right? But I have using only one system, so I am not given anything like what IP address I am using, and I will tell you like you what IP address you guys are using. So if you are going to give me the IP address, I will add those IP address also one by one or 100. Just I am teaching you, maybe hundreds of people you are listening this what I am saying, right? So this 100 of people public IP address will be the different. So you can give the 100 all people give me the public IP address, I will add individually one by one. Either I will do the these things or I will put into the range, which range it is coming 1 to 100, whatever. So that range I will going to add here. Okay. So what I'm going to do now, till now I have not touched anything about the connectivity because it is there into the default. So so be in hold for some time. So what I'm going to do now, I will just opening. So now what I am using, which connectivity I'm using? I'm using as a default connectivity here, right? So in the public access, I have just enabled the public access. So I have added the public IP. right, for connecting my Azure SQL. And even if I'm there inside the virtual machine, I have to add this, right? And I was able to connect. So next things, what I will try to do, I will go to my, I'm taking this one command. Okay, I'm pasting here. I'm going to execute this. So this one is going to be tell me which are the IP address I have added here, right? So which are the in my firewall, which are the IP addresses I have added here. Okay, wait, I will try it. Okay, sorry. I think it is not. I will cut this and I will go to the new query window. Maybe that session is for the different. I will execute now. So now it is giving. So what you understood? So I have added this starting and ending IP address and starting and ending. This is my VM IP address, which one I have added, and this is for the local computer, right? So what I will try to do, I will go to the snap and I will take this. Okay, sorry. I will take this as snap. What happened? Okay, yes. Now I have taken this. I will just keep it somewhere. Okay, now what I am trying to do, now what I will try to explain it here, what is this? Allow Azure SQL service and resource to access this server, right? It is name itself, it is giving allow Azure services, right? If you are going to tick mark on this, there is no need of adding the IP. So what I will try to do, I will try to delete this IP. Okay, so if I will delete, so 100%, this I will not able to connect my Azure SQL using this virtual machine. That's clear, right? So, but we have one more option. That one you can see into the Azure portal that's saying allow Azure SQL service and resource to access this server. If I will hit on this and if I will click on save button now, what is going to be happen in this point? Now it is saved. So if I will try to connect, right? So successfully I will able to connect now. So how it is happened, which IP address it is added, that one we want to know, right? For that, if I will run this same thing again, what you are able to see, it is saying like 0000. So this IP allow all Windows IP, allow all Windows Azure LPS, it is saying like that. So it is added 00 to 00 means it is going to be allowed the all anybody can connect if you are going to hit on this, right? So the meaning of this means this, right? But this is very danger. This is very danger because if you'll go and you can see what it is saying, it's saying this option configure the firewall to allow connection from IP address allocated to any Azure services, right? So it is like for any person can connect, it is going to allow the all IP address. So if you are there inside this Azure VM, so anybody can able to connect this. But as for security reason, this is not good. So as per security reason, you should not have to use this. You have to disallow and add the firewall rule, add the proper IP, right? So these things you have to follow. You should not have to do what we have done before, right? So anyhow, it's fine now. So next things what we are going to discuss. uh okay, first I will add those my VM IP, my VM IP. I think I have it is there, right? Okay, sorry, it is not there. So I will try to take that IP address. I will hit on the connect. It is going to be filled. Oh, sorry, I think I have not saved now. Cancel it, save first. Now it is saved. Adding my VM IP. And what is my IP here? Okay, if I will disconnect and try to connect, it will not allow me to connect. That is sure, because I have removed that default. So it is 98.71, 98.71, 98.71.33. So that is 247, 247, right? So same IP I'm going to copy from starting IP to ending IP, and I'm hitting on OK, right? So I will just save it. So once this is going to be saved, it is going to allow me to connect again. So successfully, I will able to connect. So that is, this is not a problem, right? So now what we are going to discuss, what is my connectivity? Connectivity I have used as a default, proxy and redirect. There is three connectivity. It is there connectivity policy. There is three connectivity policy. So we are going to learn what is this three connectivity policy here, right? So I will go to the Microsoft document. So in the Microsoft document also it is showing this very nice picture, and it's going to explain each and everything if you are going to put this in your mind. So there is something called proxy. So what happen if you are just selecting add a proxy? So here you can see I'm not going with the default. We'll discuss later the default. First, I'm going with the proxy. If you're going to hit on the proxy, if you have selected the proxy, so what is going to be happened here, right? So you can see here in proxy, this connection, it is coming and it is going into the gateway, and then it is connecting to the database, right? So what you understood here, there is two or three type of connectivity architecture is there into the SQL, right? There is one default and one is proxy, one is redirect, right? And what happened if you are connecting, selecting the proxy, right? So what happened? Mm, so if you are connecting, what happened first, it is going to be authenticate, right? Authenticate from the gateway, right? And then connection is going to be connect to your Azure SQL database, right? So here what happened, every time whenever your connection is going to be happen, first time, second time, third time, right? So every time what is going to be happen, each and every packet has to authenticate from the gateway, because every time it has to do the authentication. That's why it is little bit time consuming. We can say there is some latency, or there is some redundant, there is some delay into the throughput. So we can, you can say like there is latency or delay you will face if you are going to use this kind of policy, means proxy, right? And when so if you are going to face this kind of issue, right, user is saying like I'm not able to connect, I'm facing some delay, so better you can go and check which policy you are using. Some of the time SQL DB will not get this access into the portal. That time you have to use the PowerShell command to for check with which policy I'm using the proxy or redirect, right? So if you are going with the redirect, what happened first time, it is going to authenticate from your gateway, right? So again, there is again one question, what is this gateway? Gateway is nothing but, gate means what? So you are, means there is two way you are going to connect, right? That is the gateway. If you are putting the gate, means you are little bit secure, right? That's why you are putting the gate. So in your home also you have the gate. Why? To making the differentiation outside and inside. If you are going outside, you have to pass through the door, and if you have to come inside, you have to come through the inside the door, right? So if door is locked, nobody will go outside or inside. So that's why there is something, gateway is, it is there into this, in here, right? So so in redirect, what is going to be happen, in the first time it will go to the gateway, and it is going to be authenticate, and second time whenever you are trying to connect, it will not go for the authentication directly, it is going to be connect, right? So that's why here you will not face any delay, or in delay, or some latency, you are not going to face. So it is going to be reduce the delay or latency in redirect policy if you are going to use, right? So 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 again, the same thing, if you want to go for redirect, go for redirect and just click on save. That is a very simple. And you are going to use this PowerShell command also for changing the connection policy, right? So so I hope it is clear, right? So where you are going to use, because proxy, each and every time it has to be authenticate, right? So it is a more secure, you will able to say. So that's why if you are going to connect your SQL server from the outside, means outside the world, right? So that time you have to use the proxy. Just example, like I have my laptop and I am connecting through this, so I will use, in this point I will use the proxy. So that should be easy. But if you're going for but proxy, what happen, it is going to be give you the delay. But if you're using, if you have to connect your SQL server using inside the virtual machine, that time you can use the redirect, because already you are there inside the virtual machine. So here I want to again, that one thing will come in your mind, one question, that why we are going to use the virtual machine for connecting the SQL server. Even we can connect these things from the outside. Here, don't think about SQL virtual machine. Here, just think about Azure virtual resources. That's why if you are going to read the Microsoft document, it is going to be tell you Azure virtual resources. So Azure virtual resources will be the anything. It is not only the virtual, it is not only the virtual machine. It will be the storage, it will be the Azure SQL, it will be the Cosmos DB, or it will be the anything, right? There is the data factory, right? So these things, if you are going to host in your virtual machine, right, and your data factory or your storage has to communicate with the SQL server or something, Power BI, something you have implemented inside this virtual machine, and it has to connect with the SQL server. Not user is going to connect, your application is trying to connect. So in that case, why you are going to use the proxy, use the redirect, right? You can use the redirect because everything you have hosted inside the virtual machine. It is not the SQL server you are going to connect. Don't see what example I have shown it here, right? It will be the some different example I am saying you, like something you have hosted onto the virtual machine, and that application is trying to connect with the SQL server. So that time, don't use the proxy, use the redirect. But again, redirect, there is some drawback is there. So if you're going with the redirect, so I will show you, there is something called port number. Okay, so if you're going for redirect, so what happened? You have to open the port from 11 000 to 11999. So if your organization is not going to allow you this port, right, you cannot use the redirect, right? That time you have to go with the proxy only. There is no other different. I hope till here it is clear what is the proxy and what is the redirect. And of course, if you are going with default, so default should be the redirect only, what we have discussed. Okay, so now what we are going to do, we will use the PowerShell command to find out which policy we are using. So if you have this portal access directly, you can go and you can check this. If you don't have access onto the portal, you can use this command for finding which policy I'm using. So same thing. So first, what you have to do, you have to connect with the Azure portal, right? So then only, if you want to, if your PowerShell is where I'm running from the local laptop, right? It has to connect to the my Azure subscription. For connecting to the Azure subscription, is a connect AZ account you have to run. Once you will run, it will be going to be login to the Azure portal. Just hit on here, give your login and password. So when the authentication is going to be ready, so you can see it is came here. It is the pay as you go and default directory. After that, just run this command, and it is going to be, sorry, I have to give my server name. So that one I have not given correctly. So I will, oh, sorry. Okay, I will use my this much server name. Okay, so now I have given. So I will run this code now. So once I have executed, this is going to be display me which connection policy I'm using. I'm using as a proxy, right? So if I want to change as proxy to redirect, I will go here and I'm going to hit on redirect and then I will hit on the save. Once save will be done, and then if we are going to run this time it is going to display not proxy, this time it is going to be display redirect. So you can see here. So if you want to change that connection policy through the PowerShell, you can use this command. Just hit on that. It is going to be changed to the proxy. So redirect, after redirect, I am trying to change to the proxy using the PowerShell command. And then if I will run this again, it is going to be tell me this is the which connection, either it is a policy proxy. So now it is changed to the proxy, right? So I hope it is cleared for you all guys. So what is this architecture and how it is going to be worked, right? So next things what we are going to discuss that's called this is done, right? So now we have to discuss private access. So before going to the private access, few things we are going to discuss now. So in the Microsoft document, you can say, you can go down, you can see something. It is talking about gateway IPs, right? So we are going to discuss about few details about the gateway things. So what I will try to do, I will go to my Azure SQL. This is my Azure SQL Server. I will just hit on copy. I will go to this not PowerShell command line, right? And I will write here CLS, and I'm writing NS lookup, NS lookup, and I will just paste this and pressing enter. So what is this NS lookup command? NS lookup command is going to be give you the result for, means if you have um, any website, right? .com or .net something. What is the IP address for that? This is going to be provided by NS lookup. If I will go NS lookup youtube.com, it is going to be give me this IP address, right? So it is going to be give me this IP address. So this IP address is for this one, youtube.com. So the same thing. So when I have done the NS lookup for this, I'm getting this IP address. And what I'm trying to do, same NS lookup I will try to do from my virtual machine. Okay. Oh, this is not copy. I will copy again. Right, taken. I will go here. Okay. So now I'm pressing enter. So now you can see it is giving the same IP, not same, almost it is the same range. So same range means 2051.9, and you can see here also 2051.9. It is 130 and here it is 31. So it is different, but it is in the same range. Why you are getting this? Because this will be totally depend upon which which location you have selected. So just we'll go and we'll see. While creating this Azure SQL, we have selected as a location as West US, right? Right, West US. If I will copy this and if I will go to my connectivity, Control F, okay, West US. So West US, you will see that is the same IP ranges what we have discussed. I think 2051.9, right? So you can see here 2051.9. So which location you are going to select, it is going to be provide you that location gateway IP address. So this is going to be proof that um, you are using the connection policy. So connection policy will go to this it will go to the gateway server, right, for the authentication. So this is the thing which one we have to discuss, right? So I hope it is clear how the connectivity architecture is going to be work for the Azure SQL, right? So I hope there is no doubt. So this is clear now. Go to the network. So what is the public access? You understood. If you are going to select the public access, okay, as a okay, so in the public endpoint, so what you have to do, you have to add the public add you have to add the what, private IP to this here. Sorry. So if you are selecting as a public, so you have to add the public IP addresses for the communication, right? If you're using the virtual machine and if your application is hosted onto the virtual machine, that time you can use this also as this one. But uh, this option you should not has to use because it is going to allow for the all. So that's why you are going to select the particular virtual machine using this at firewall rule, this option, right? Okay, so there is one more thing is there. You can see here virtual network. So in the public access, we will next video session we are going to learn about what is this virtual network or what is this service endpoint actually. Okay, what is service endpoint? In the next video session we are going to learn how to configure, why it is benefit, or whether it is the best way or not. That thing we are going to discuss into the next video session. So as of now, only this much is enough. And also we have learned about the default proxy and redirect. In the next video session we will focus on only one point, that's it, what is virtual network and what is this service endpoint, right? So these things we are going to discuss into the next video session. That's it for the today. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please continuous watch the video. And um, and again, I am going to delete this all resource, otherwise I have to pay more money. So I will hit on delete. And that's it for the today, guys. So please continue my next video session, and there I am going to explain something new. Thank you.